semi-arid regions of Africa and Asia already experience harsh climates, and these conditions are expected to intensify in the coming decades. Temperatures are predicted to become hotter, rainfall more erratic, and extreme events more commonplace. Hundreds of millions of people live in these areas, and these changing climates could amplify their vulnerability and compromise their livelihoods and well-being. To ensure resilience in the face of these changes, people need to adopt climate adaptation responses that are effective, widespread, and sustained. But achieving this is not always easy. Barriers that take on different forms in different places and contexts can prevent successful adaptation from taking place. ASSAR is focused on identifying these barriers, along with the pathways that could allow these barriers to be reduced or removed. But how can ASSAR achieve this? By embracing a very particular theory of change. ASSAR's 5-year work plan is divided into 2 phases. During the regional diagnostic studies in the project's first year, through early engagement with multiple stakeholders and literature reviews, ASSAR investigates what people in semi-arid regions currently know about climate change and what they're already doing to adapt to these changes. The findings from these studies help to define the focus of the second phase of ASSAR, called the Regional Research Phase. This 4-year phase is made up of 2 kinds of interacting and complementary activities. The first is research. Through rigorous and comprehensive research, ASSAR's regional teams aim to deepen the understanding of the region-specific factors impeding adaptation and the factors and pathways that may enable adaptation. But the focus of ASSAR is not research for science sake. The focus is on research impact. This is why strong emphasis is placed on making sure that all research is useful and used. This is what we call research into use. To ensure our work is impactful, the course of ASSAR's research is steered by engagement with a wide range of stakeholder groups. This continual and iterative engagement helps ASSAR to design and conduct research that is meaningful, relevant, and useful to diverse levels of policy and practice. By using stakeholder mapping and analysis to better understand the power dynamics of different stakeholder groups, by working with and alongside boundary organizations, and by engaging in effective communication, capacity building, and advocacy campaigns, ASSAR seeks to identify potential pathways to transformative change. Through all these activities, ASSAR will better integrate the domains of research, policy, and practice, thereby building the adaptive capacity of primary stakeholders, policy and decision makers, practitioners, boundary organizations, and academic researchers. In time, these efforts could contribute to a change in the attitudes and behaviors of key stakeholders, prompt easier and better access to resources by vulnerable groups, and enhance the power and agency of vulnerable groups to lessen or remove adaptation barriers and exploit adaptation enablers. This is how ASSAR plans to achieve its ultimate aim of ensuring that vulnerable populations in semi-arid regions benefit from effective, widespread, and sustained adaptation to climate change.